What's up, everybody? This is Super Jimmy, and today we're going to do a burn card tier list. Let's start with DD Dynamite. I think this card can be good, but it's very situational. The card reads, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each of their removed from play cards. Final Flame, inflict 600 of point of damage to your opponent life points. I think this one is meh. Inotama. This one I think is inflict 500 damage to your opponent, which is kind of meh. Kozaki self-destruct button. Inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent life point to the player who destroyed the set card. I think this card is meh. I think Magic Cylinder is good to play. Like, it's a good card. When an opponent monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. I think it's a pretty decent card. I would probably put it in must play. Alright, Secret Barrel is definitely a must play. Inflict 200 damage for your opponent for each card in their hand and for each card on their side of the field. Meteor of Destruction. If your opponent life point are higher than 3000, inflict 1000 damage. Michion cannot be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the damage phase, if this card battle half your opponent life point, so if they have 8000 life point, you do 4000 damage. Camion, the Time Lord, I say pretty meh. Battle phase, you inflict 500 damage and you shuffle a card from your opponent. Fencing Ferret, I think this card is pretty meh. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster your opponent control, target, destroy that target, and if you do inflict 500 damage. Solar Flare, I think Solar Flare is a bit too slow. During each of your end phase, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Spell Shattering Arrow, I think this card can be good. Destroy as many face-up spells on your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 500 damage for your opponent for each. Cemetery Bomb, I think this one is inflict 100 damage for each card in their opponent graveyard. Blasting the Ruins, you can only activate this card if there are 30 or more cards in your graveyard. Inflict 3000 point of damage to your opponent life point. I think this is pretty mad. I don't think a burn card will have 30 card in the graveyard. I think Fire Trooper is pretty meh as well. Alright, Black Ship of Corn. Target one face-up monster your opponent control with attack less or than or equal to this card, send it to graveyard. If you do inflict 1000, this card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Trapples of Spike. When an opponent monster that was normal or special summon this turn, declare an attack, destroy the attacking monster if you do inflict damage equal to the original attack. Stealth Bird. Once per turn you can change this card to face down. When this card is flip summoned, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Chain Detonation. Inflict 500 damage to your opponent. If this card was activated at chaining 2 or chaining 3, shuffle it into the deck, and if it was activated at chaining 4, return it to the end. I think this is mad, just doesn't do enough damage. Misfortune. Select one face-up monster your opponent control, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack. Your monster cannot attack this turn. I think this card can be good. Berserker of the Soul. When a monster you control inflict 1500 or less damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you can discard your entire hand, excavate the top of your deck. If it's a monster card, send it to graveyard. If you do that, inflict 500 damage to your opponent, then repeat this effect 7 more times until you excavate a non-monster card. If a non-monster card is excavated, place it on top of your deck. I think this card can be good. I think Meteor of Destruction is like good to play at 1. Paralyzing Chain. When a card is sent from your opponent deck to the graveyard by a card effect, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. When a card or cards, so I guess this is pretty meh. Bad Luck Blast. I think this is a must play in burn decks. Target one face-up monster your opponent control, take damage equal to half his attack, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. If this card control is destroyed by the opponent card and sent to the graveyard, inflict 1000 damage. Alright, I think Ceasefire and Just Desert, I'll read the effect, but this is a must play in a burn deck. I think Firecracker is good to play. Firecracker is you can discard this card, but inflict 1000 damage and skip your next drop phase. Mahaha the Fairy Dragon. This card is a must play. During your opponent's turn, when either player takes damage, you can special summon this card, then you can either gain life point or inflict damage to your opponent equal to that battle damage. Alright, Marshmelon. This used to be a very good card. Nowadays, people can just destroy it easily. Even though it cannot be destroyed by battle, and if it flip, once it's face down, the opponent takes 1000 damage. Fairy Wind. Destroy as many face-off spell and traps on the field as possible other than this card. If you do, Each player takes damage equal to the number of cards destroyed by this effect times 300. Ring of Destruction. During your opponent's turn, target one face-up monster your opponent controls whose attack is less than or equal to their life point. Destroy that face-up monster if you do take damage, and then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. Cauldron of the Old Man. When this card is activated, place one counter on it once per turn during your standby phase. Place one counter on this card. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Either gain 500 life point for each counter or inflict 300 damage for each counter. Raffion, the Time Lord. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of one monster your opponent control that battled this card this turn. Same thing for Metaion, the Time Lord. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battle, return as many monsters on the field as possible to the end other than this card and inflict 300 damage for your opponent for each card return. Mecha Dog Maron. I think this card is meh. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard as a result, battle inflict 1000 damage to both players. And when this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard except by battle, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Alright. I think Wave Motion Cannon can be good to play. During your main phase, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent for each of your standby phase that has passed since this card has been activated. Right, Chain Strike. I think Chain Strike is good to play. I'm just trying to find the card here to read the effect. Activate only as Chain Link 2 or higher, inflict 400 damage to your opponent times the Chain Link number of this card. Cannot activate this card if you have multiple cards or effects with the same name in that chain. Lava Golem, definitely a must play. You can special summon this card to your opponent's field by tributing 2 monsters they control. Cannot normal set the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn during your standby phase, take 1000 damage. Blazing Mirror Force. I would say this one is good. When an opponent monster declares an attack, destroy as many attack position monster your opponent control as possible. If you do, take damage equal to half the combined attack of all those monsters and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. I think Dimension Wall is good to play, especially with Maha Dragon. Activate only when an opponent monster declare an attack. Instead of you, your opponent takes the battle damage you are taking from this battle. Secret Blast. I think Secret Blast is a must play. Secret Blast. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If this card is sent to the If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent card and sent to the graveyard, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent card. I think Tremendous Fire is probably not that good because inflict 1000 point damage to your opponent life point and 500 damage to your life point. I don't think it's that good. Poison of the Old Man. I think that card just doesn't do that much damage, but you know, I would say it's good to play. It's not a mech card. I would say if you need life point, you can give yourself life point, and you can also inflict 800 damage. It can be good in certain builds, I guess. All right, Lazy Arm. I think Lazy Arm can be good, but you don't play like 3 Lazy Arm. I think you attack, and on the next turn, if your opponent draws a card, inflict 1000 damage. Basically, it does only 1000 damage, so it can be good. I'm really losing my voice right now. I don't know why. Right, Curse of Darkness. It's a continuous trap. Each time a spell is activated, immediately after resolve, that player that activated take 1000 damage. I think this card can be good. If you play against a spell heavy deck like Sky Striker, I think this could be amazing. Like they would take so much damage, and maybe they can destroy it, but maybe it would take a couple thousand damage before they actually do something. Sword Soul Monster, I mean, it does 1200. I think it's okay. Alright. Thank you everybody for watching. If you want more tier list video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!